sister is 2
Now,
years.
if they live in Italy,
I might.
they just live in one of the communities, one, each one in Italy, or no? They don't live in Rome,
No, my sister, well, they moved.
you know?
With COVID, she moved around a lot more. So she was living in Florence at first
Oh,
to
no,
do
Florence
her.
is its own city, Lori, it's
Yeah.
quite a reputation.
Well, it was a city outside of Florence, which is Siachi. But it was right. It was like 20 minutes. You just take the train and you're in Florence.
I
So
just bet Florence has a fascinating history.
Florence has a interesting history. So we went there. Siachi was really cool. It was in the countryside of
Is
Italy.
it more of a village city?
Yeah, but it's really pretty. So that's where the seminary is
Okay.
and the main convent. So they were staying there while my brother got his stuff, his vestments at the seminary.
Were there very many American young ladies becoming nuns?
A lot more lately in that.
Really?
In the institute, yep.
For both the men and the women?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It shows something cultural. I haven't got to figure what it is yet. Might be a hunger for something besides, it's been on my mind for a couple weeks now. Of course, it's been on my mind longer than that, but recently, kind of more intensified, that the average American is really either trying to get entertainment or trying to be successful, and it's not. It's money and possessions, it's not really success. That's counted as success, and it's not.
Yeah.
My dad was relatively wealthy, and he was in debt, so he was living on credit sometimes. When there weren't credit cards at all, if things would get tough, he'd get credit. And then when things got good, he'd pay it off. I think he borrowed on his house once. His house ended up to be worth more than his business, because he bought La Jolla, California, and the house previous to that was above Mulholland Drive. It was in the campus, so he always had a house that was big bucks.
Right.
But it turned out good because he could borrow on it, and then he paid it off. But anyway, he wasn't that happy. The money didn't really satisfy him. And then my mom, who was not poor, because my dad would pay her, of course, per kid,
Right.
and then alimony. Lori, did I tell you that my mom owned a part of Ready Creek, but she sold it back to my dad?
No.
Payments? That's something I don't think I told anybody.
I didn't know she got child support either.
Oh, yeah, she got child support for Nadine and I both, and she got alimony for about 10 years.
Wow.
So she had 4 different chunks from my
Why
dad.
did she sell it to him?
She didn't want to have anything to do with him.
But she
But she liked
Were
the
they
money.
together?
She
Yeah.
liked the money because she didn't have his income,
no.
and the amount of money he gave her, he didn't give it to her, it was not a gift. The amount of money he was ordered to give her
Yeah.
really wasn't a lot compared to his income increasing rapidly
Oh,
over
yeah.
10 years. Lou got him at the right point. She knew exactly what she was doing. She married him
Yeah.
on right as he was coming up, and he was going to be worth a lot.
So you think that was no accident
Oh,
then?
I'm positive. She
I-
was a registered nurse. She made a lot of money herself, but
What?
she'd rather not work. She'd rather.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not all that.
Wow.
It's not all it's cracked up to be. A woman that's liberated and takes care of herself and gets a big profession.
Right.
You can do it, but it's not all. You get there and you go, okay, 5 or 10 years into it, you're going, what am I doing? I just work my tail off, and you're carrying all the burdens a man would carry, and he thinks it's fun.
Hmm.
And it's just stinking hard work for you. I'm not saying 100%, I'm just saying,
Mhm.
you can be doing something you really wanna do anyway, so it's not the money. Of course you wanna do it. Did you ever hear about the woman that totally brought in all the plants, basically all the beautiful exotic plants in Balboa Park? She did it at a time when women didn't get jobs like that.
Okay.
She was a relatively
That
from a
sounds familiar.
basically wealthy
I
family.
think I have heard this, but it's been a long time.
And she actually, Balboa Park includes the entire San Diego Zoo.
It's just a beautiful
It's
area.
gorgeous. It's not a few acres, it's enormous. But she wormed her way into this. She created a job that was not such a job.
That's so cool.
She was the one, there's a name for it, where, anyway, she went all around the world and got plants to bring back. To plant Balboa Park.
Mhm.
and never got a dollar or dime as an employee. But she did such a good job that either they or some foundation paid her for every trip.
That is so
and paid her
nice.
for every plant. And paid for the plants to be brought back.
Wow.
And it's, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful
I forgot
farm.
all about
When you
that.
see it, you thought, well, who did this?
Mhm.
That's what happened yesterday. Who did all these? These are remarkable plants. You know, and so, a lot of them have labels telling you what country they're from. There's one odd Chinese plant that's famous now, of endangered. Anyway, I'll tell you what, she did what she wanted to do with her entire life, and she loved it. She must have loved it. But she didn't get paid on the salary.
Mhm.
But, you know, if you don't mind who gets credit, was it Ronald? Somebody said that. If you don't mind who gets credit, it's amazing what you can do with your life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So in this case, if you don't mind not getting paid too.
Yeah, George Washington Carver is a perfect example of that.
Oh, wasn't that beautiful? He never even thought about getting paid.
And people
He had a
asked
college
him,
degree.
people would ask him, and he felt that his inventions should be for everybody. On the not so great side, there were quite a bit of inventions that were stolen from him and patented, because he wouldn't patent them. Patent it, so there was just them. But
Wait, like what?
I don't even know. He
Well, he was a
invented, so
chemist.
I'd have to look
He
it
was
up.
mainly a chemist. He was other things too, though.
Yeah.
He was a genius.
He was
But,
amazing.
you know the term that we use called
I can look that up
synthetic?
later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Or,
yeah.
where you have
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
you know how we've got milk, right?
Yeah.
And then we come up with soy milk.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, especially in fabrics, there's like rayon that's a synthetic. It's a man-made fabric. It's not like cotton that's naturally synthetic.
Don't think that's where she was going.
and especially the acrylics
But
and
that's okay.
polyesters. Those are really those are made from oil products. So what he did is he made I can't remember, you can look it up, but he made probably over 100 items to eat that were similar to, but not that, like margarine. Only he didn't, I don't know if he did margarine, but like margarine would be like butter. He did that.
Yeah.
Only he did a lot of them out of peanut.
Right.
He
But
wanted
not peanut butter.
But not peanut butter. He didn't.
People
That is
attributed
so funny you would say that.
people attributed peanut butter to him for a long time, and then finally people are like, yes, he made coffee out of peanuts, he made ice cream out of peanuts, he made all kinds of stuff out of peanuts, but he didn't make peanut butter.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
he made plastic out of peanuts.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
plastic out of it.
First one. First one.
So anyways, that's what kind of genius he was when nobody was doing these things. But Lori, do you know why it was peanuts? Do you remember?
Yes, I remember, because the boll weevil was coming in and destroying, I think it was like cotton or something. And so somehow he knew that the peanuts wouldn't be affected, I guess.
Oh, I heard it different.
Or is it because it was to replenish the soil?
Yes.
But there was a boll weevil problem
There
too.
was that too at the same time. I don't remember that part of it though, but there was. What I'd heard, we can look it up, but what I'd heard is he had told the farmers to plant certain products.
Yeah.
And they would plant those products, but they weren't conscious of that they were overdoing it and that the soil was getting depleted.
Yeah.
So they come to him and they say, well, we did what you told us to do and we've made some money, but now it's not, the crop isn't coming out right daddy now after years. And so he
By the way, these
says,
are
well, now you need to plant peanuts
yeah.
to restore the soil. So they planted peanuts, you know what happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's called, isn't it called a glut? Where there's too many people selling peanuts that didn't
Oh
make any
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So then they come to him and says, we can't make enough money off these peanuts. Oh, so then he would go and, I heard that he would go and pray. And he'd just be quiet before the Lord, and he got this idea, well, he's gonna see what products he can make from the peanut. So that the people that did what he said, grew peanuts, they could go back to making some money off the
Sorry.
peanuts. The South is funny because the South is crazy.
Okay, so
They
can
boil peanuts.
Oh, I love boiled peanuts. Real quick,
Mississippi.
the fun part about this is, these were all white farmers in the South, and he was
And he's
black,
a black man.
and they would come to him all the time for stuff.
That's cool.
And
when
then
was this?
George Washington
George
Carver.
Washington Carver.
When was
Oh,
this?
when was it?
When was, that's a good, it was after slave, actually, I think he was born of slave family,
It-
and they dropped him off with the white family.
No.
That's what I
May I
heard.
correct it?
Oh, sure.
He lived in the north, and his family was slaves. But then, when the North freed the slaves, his family, his mom and brothers and him, were hired, and they chose to stay there. But the South still had slaves, and so like the guys would do what's called the it was in my head just a second ago, bushwhack, where they would hide in bushes and grab black people and take them to the South and sell them. So they grabbed him and his mom, and then they brought him back because he was too sickly. He was like really thin and sickly. They actually like rejected,
Oh my God.
but they did take his mom. So the people that lived there took care of him, but he also took really good care of them. And he would start taking care of their plants because he can make anything grow.
See, there he was a botanist.
And this is when he was
In that sense, and
he was just a little kid too when he started taking care of the plants. Yeah, he was supposed to be like a houseboy, and then neighbors would come over and be like, "Oh my gosh, who has?" And they would send for him, so he would take care of the neighbors' plants. But there's so much in between that, and when he's got one of those lives where things just kept happening.
Yeah, there was not the chapters of his book were just, each one could have been a book.
It's fascinating.
Like my life.
Probably.
And things. Well, and he put himself out there, but he ended up. He got to go to school with like little kids, but he wanted to go to school, and that's all there was. And then he learned like everything, and decided to leave, and go to live in town, and he got a job. As a houseboy, but he got paid. And then they wanted him to do was to iron the wives' petticoats, and so he started tinkering with the petticoats and with chemicals, and he came up with starch, basically that makes your clothes stay. And then everybody else, they see the wife's clothes and like, who did this? So they put him to work like in their, I don't know, in the garage, but not a garage. He would he made money off of. I think he opened his own place for a while, off of like flattening and ironing women's petticoats. Like it was good money. And then at some point he tried to dig a well with a buddy, and almost died because it had that gases.
What did he try to do?
Dig a well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like it was like, I think it's supposed to be like homesteading or something,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to dig a well, and it was like gas. You know what's that, like in the underground?
Natural
Mhm.
gas, you get to that. And
He would have died, but another like old friend of his found him and drug him away from it. Anyway, so I tell you, it's like then he ends up going to college, all white college. He got accepted in. And then he upset the art people because he was the best artist, and his stuff would win at contests, and people would get upset about it because he's black.
Everything he did.
Yeah. Anyways, after he graduated, they hired him. He was the first black person to be hired, probably at any college, really.
Professor.
And then he would take his students outside to teach them using like the world, and they loved him. So everybody wanted to be in his class. He would always change like that. And then when things had changed with the slaves being, so now that's an era. The slaves had just been freed when he
I
was born.
was trying to figure
Yeah.
where it was in slavery.
So he wanted to find his mom.
So slavery ended in about 1868, 1860.
Oh.
The war was 1865, I think. Lasted about 3 years, the Civil War. Right.
Well, he
Was
wanted.
plastic even a thing?
Huh?
I think it was the beginning.
Um,
Well, he lived to be a real
It's
old man,
probably
too.
not the plastic we know, but it was
It's the
synthetic,
type.
some sort of plastic. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Good night again.
Oh, he did find his mom.
Oh.
They reunited.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I
then,
think he also formed, I think he started the first black college.
yes, I was gonna ask you what was it?
Tuskegee?
Tuskegee. That's the name of it. I'm like, I had half of it. Yeah, that was a
But
black
he
college.
lived a long time,
It wasn't
so-
just him. It was him and another really famous
Yeah,
guy.
I can't think of his name. He was
Yeah.
supported in slavery too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the other ones.
And then he represented the white farmers to D.C. They asked him to represent them. And then I'm sorry, I just have to go. This is the last one. And then when he got there, he was the last one before lunch, which means
Everybody wants to go.
it's
eat.
hot, there's no air conditioning, they just want you out of there, so the odds were bad, so he started thinking. So when he got in there, instead of going over what they needed in the South, he just opened up his stuff and started handing out treats that he made.
Oh.
And it was like handing out food is always good. And he was supposed to be there like 15 minutes, and they were there for several hours. They wanted to know everything. And he got it was like a free trade, non-free trade type thing. Anyways, he got it. He's like this guy that just like didn't live in time. You know what I mean?
He was like from another planet, huh?
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
You know what? I love the words "A Man for All Seasons."
Yeah.
They made a movie with that, but I like the expression.
Yeah, he was definitely. In case you couldn't tell, I studied him.
Yes, ma'am. And I thought I knew his story. I'm sure glad I opened that.
You
door.
I might have some of it wrong, but that's what I learned. I was fascinated with him.
That is wonderful. You're a chip off the block, 'cause I like to do that. Gee, I couldn't do this one either.
It's fun. Yeah, I know you're the history person,
Like
but I have gotten a little into history. A little bit.
Oh, do you know what book? Carrie had with her that she found and was reading again?
What?
Brujko.
Oh, I was talking to Mariana about Bridgeco. Well, I don't even know if she'll remember.
The book she got.
I think it was
has got
you.
the updates
Was
on
it Kara? Maybe it was Kara.
I don't think it was me. What is that?
It's the guy who is a missionary. It's probably Kara.
He's an out of the box.
But really, really good story, though.
I
Yeah.
don't really read.
I understand that. But yeah,
It's too ADHD to read.
that can be hard.
It's really sad.
What if the book is like super fascinating? Is it still hard?
Chad Weena started a live video.
Oh, what's he doing?
I don't know.
He's so funny. This is interesting. Why I should be able to get to the end of this. I would think so. Oh, is it so? Oh, this is long already. I'm leaving the stories on here. But you can see, I will get this done. I'm just taking my time, relaxing. I just want to follow this hold this. I'm gonna follow it. I need like a thing to pick it up with. There we go. I guess I have nails for that. Yeah, I lost a couple of them already. I was trying to have them as long as I could, and then I thought, would it be nice to get if I could do filler, but no. They had to start falling off. I'm too rough on my nails. That's probably why. Okay. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I don't have my glasses on either. I don't know where I put them. So it's fun listening to the stories. I was hoping to get some stories, and I did. Of course, I was the one who told the story. Oh man. Well, my mom and Mariana told a little bit. But, yeah. I like to hear my mom talk about the family and what in the past, because she tells me things now that she never told me before. Some things I think were hidden. Some of them I guess just, don't think about. So I always wish that my parents would be honest with me, because they may think that they'll lose my respect or something, but honestly, it would be better to respect if, telling the truth, because the truth can be hard, but, it means more to me, and I usually end up finding out when something's not right, so it just is better. I think my dad was afraid of telling us some things that I guess maybe either he thought it would affect the way we see him, or maybe he just couldn't deal with that, And but no, if he had told us, when I say us, I mean my sister and I, we already thought he was awesome. We would have thought that much more. No. Because overcoming is a big thing.
Honey, do you already have your own plug and your own everything?
Is there one over there?
Huh?
I don't know is there one on that
I
table?
don't see it. I think
Oh.
these are both mine, but I wanna leave one with you.
If I
'cause-
could borrow one.
Yeah.
Mhm. Is there one? Doesn't
Yeah, I
matter to
don't know
me.
if they're fast or slow. You know?
I don't know. It's fine, because I just plug it in while I'm
Yeah,
sleeping.
better than nothing. I'll put it in here.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you. Sweet dreams.
Thank you. Love you.
I love you too. Mwah. Mwah. Oh, I get a real hug. It's out on the phone. We're not on the phone.
Oh, we're on the phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was a good hug.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Can't grab and hug people like I can do, so.
I know. Okay.
I guess I should say goodnight to the baby.
Baby. Oh, Jesus. I'm glad my mom's happy, because I was kind of thinking maybe I was more in the way than helpful. So when she smiles, and it's like, maybe we're okay. Maybe. How long is this? That is, yeah, okay. I think it's one of those snap-on jewel things, but I don't know. I mean, it's gotta be a snap-on thing. But I got a snap-on bracelet, and it doesn't look like it would work on it. So. Alright, buddy, who are you? Why are you making trouble for me? I would tell a story, but I'm exhausted and I'm not really talking right now. Sorry. I have good stories, and I will tell them later. And there are true stories that are very interesting. Right now, watch me fix this. So we got this at what's called, I think it was called the dollar store or whatever, but it was on the main street, and it looked like a souvenir shop. And sure enough, when you walked in, it was a souvenir shop, but at the back, to the right, there was a sign with a dollar or 99 cent whatever thing up. And it just looked like a bunch of boxes and things that you would put in the back, until we got up to where it was, and there was I think 3 aisles, just they're tall, jam-packed with 99-cent stuff. Anyway, so we kept seeing this thing, and Mariana wanted this, and I had an idea. So I took it to the counter and asked if I could just buy the bundle for $1 or even $2, because I imagine they would probably end up throwing it in the trash. This is a real big disaster here. The lady didn't sound very promising, but instead of saying no, she went and asked and came back and said yes. So I'm very happy. This is like getting one of those packages in the mail of random things, except it's way more than usual, and it's all stuck together, tangled together. There's a lot of little chains. Little chains they cause a lot of trouble. There was this fuzzy stuff that first was making a lot of trouble, and then it was the hook, fishing hook. So there's this feather. I don't want to hurt it. It's very pretty, and I think I'm hurting it. I don't want to hurt it. Where are you? Oh man, it's really pretty. What is that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to rescue this because I didn't realize it was getting squished. It's always right there when you need it. One of the things that can help out is if the bracelet or necklace is hooked, to unhook it. That can help, depending. I'm not sure, but I think this is the biggest mess I've gotten to do before. But I don't know, maybe there was one, I forgot. Usually it was like just 2 or something, 2 necklaces. Okay, I keep going. I should go to bed. But this is hard to walk away from. I wonder if like free this guy here. But then I get distracted because some of these things, if they get freed up, they're actually gonna help free up other things. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. It just hit me. You just slammed me in the face. Oh my gosh, sometimes I get tired like too fast. And then I will sit on the couch or whatever and try to do something, like type on my phone, and then I just fall asleep. And then I wake up because it starts to slip, and then I like wake up with a jolt. The worst one was here. The first night I had this stuff I was eating, and I fell asleep. When I woke up, there was food in my lap and on the sheet. It was not okay. Of course, I cleaned everything up, and then I told myself not to do that, not to sit on the couch and eat, because I just might zonk out, and then I gotta clean it again. The table is the place for me. But yeah, I'm starting to get really, really tired. It was a good day today. Some things were difficult, but for the most part, I got to go play a little bit in the water. I don't know if you call it playing, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably have to continue this. Oh, it's so hard to stop though. Look how thin this is. I have to be careful. Like you yank stuff out and it's gonna break. I just wish I could find the other end. Gosh, I want to do that before I stop. That's like my goal for tonight. Probably not even tonight anymore. I don't know. Probably so. I don't know what time it is. Alright, you just disappear into this great confusion of things. I know there's another way to do this, but I could release the chain. I don't have my craft tools. I didn't bring them with me. So, I don't want to do that. But I will if it comes down to it. Alright, so, I have to stop because, like, my eyes are starting to shut themselves. That's really irritating when that happens. Bleh. Okay. Well, our 2 trophies for the night, eh? Oh, I can't leave this stuff here. Anyways, if you watched this video, I appreciate it. Thank you. Please like and subscribe, and I will try to get better at putting more content up. There was something else. Oh, if you have any questions and so forth, please write them in the comments, and I will get back to you. Thank you. Bye.